allegations of a serious nature demand careful and thorough investigation by appropriate legal authorities. The media can be a double-edged sword in this regard. While it has the power to bring attention to potentially serious misconduct that might otherwise go unnoticed, it also has the potential to serve as a court of public opinion, reaching verdicts on the basis of incomplete information. The principle of innocent until proven guilty applies in legal contexts, but is often forgotten in the court of public opinion, which can have severe consequences for the accused. Everything in this video is subject to change, but as of today, Tuesday the 19th of September 2023, YouTube have announced the demonetization of Russell Brand's YouTube channel. His management team have dropped him. The remainder of his live tour has been postponed. His book publishers have taken the decision to pause all future publishing with him, and the BBC have removed Russell Brand content from their platforms. This situation unfolded after Channel 4 aired a startling episode of Dispatches, which was also reported on by the Times newspaper. The investigative piece features allegations from 4 anonymous women against prominent comedian, podcaster, and most notably, critic of mainstream media and large corporations, Russell Brand. The allegations in the report state that Brand raped one woman and sexually assaulted or emotionally abused the others in a time period between 2006 and 2013. Shortly after, Scotland Yard, the territorial police force responsible for Greater London, released a statement in which they said, "The Met received a report on Sunday, September 17th, about a sexual assault claim dating back to 2003 in Soho, central London. This has led to an onslaught of media and social media coverage. Some reporters and online commentators are describing the women as victims, survivors, and brave, implying that Brand has already been convicted of a crime, which he has not. Currently, they remain accusers, as no legal judgment has been made, or is even close to being made. It's important to remember that a proper investigation is necessary before drawing any conclusions. Russell Brand has vehemently refuted all of these allegations on his YouTube channel.
Are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? Particularly when we've seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan.
Claiming this may be a mainstream attack for his anti-establishment views, the quick actions and judgments drawn by these organizations only seem to lend credence, but again, not prove, his claims rather than counter them. YouTube didn't demonetize Brand for his on-platform content. Rather, they cited a violation of their creator responsibility policy. According to YouTube, if a creator's off-platform behavior harms our users, employees, or ecosystem, we take action to protect the community. This raises significant questions about the power wielded by private organizations in controlling who gets to speak publicly. Essentially, by reserving the right to deplatform individuals based on off-platform actions. These companies are consolidating their power to curate their platforms according to personal attributes, life choices, or beliefs. As Brianna Joy Gray from The Hill aptly put it, the companies that we rely on are increasingly being weaponized when the people who are using them don't share opinions that are broadly popular. The traditional means of punishment and social sanction, such as the criminal justice system, are now being substituted by companies and institutions. The role of corporations like YouTube in deplatforming individuals based on allegations is another ethically complicated issue. On one hand, private companies have the right to decide who can and can't use their platforms, especially if they believe that a user's behavior, either on or off the platform, is damaging to their community or brand. On the other hand, when a small number of platforms dominate the public discourse, their actions can have outsized impacts on individual rights to free speech and due process. Rather than allowing the legal system to take its course, the documentary and report seem to have subjected Brand to a trial by public opinion. It's important to remember that Russell Brand, like anyone else, is innocent until proven guilty. Despite this, both corporate entities and a considerable portion of the public appear to have overlooked this principle. Should a thorough police investigation find Brand guilty, he should, of course, face the full consequences of the law. However, as mentioned, the resulting actions of these organizations lend some credence to Brand's assertion that he is the target of a coordinated attack. YouTuber That Umbrella Guy has uncovered additional evidence that may support Brand's claims of biased reporting. He shared a screenshot from the Dispatches documentary that features a text message from one of the alleged victims to Brand. Interestingly, the documentary blurs out most of the text, only revealing lines like, "Do you know how scary you are when that glazed look comes over you? When a girl says no, it means no," implying that Brand was forceful. However, the full text includes the following. "Do I have to get tested? Last time you asked me protection or no protection. When I say protection, that doesn't mean it's optional." This makes it clear that the no means no reference pertains specifically to the use of protection. While lying about the use of this is still assault, the selective blurring of the text casts doubt on the impartiality of the documentary's producers and suggests they may be pushing a specific narrative. Again, YouTuber That Umbrella Guy pointed out further noteworthy details. Channel 4, the network behind the allegations, was also Russell Brand's employer during the timeframe when some of the alleged incidents occurred, specifically between 2004 and 2007. Following the airing of the documentary, Channel 4 announced its intent to conduct an internal investigation into the allegations. The network has also reached out to the show's producers for additional information. Despite an extensive search of their documents, Channel 4 has stated that they have found no records of any such claims ever being reported to them. This development raises questions about the comprehensiveness of the original investigation. Celebrity lawyer Christopher C. Melcher delves into these concerns in a Twitter thread which highlights several key issues. He said, "Channel 4 alleges Russell Brand engaged in sexual misconduct in the workplace, which it says was well known and sometimes enabled by producers. If true, this includes Channel 4's own shows in 2004 to 2007. Channel 4 now admits it does not have all the facts. Channel 4 says, we are appalled to learn of these deeply troubling allegations, including behaviour alleged to have taken place on programmes made for Channel 4 between 2004 and 2007. We are determined to understand the full nature of what went on. As Channel 4 admits, it does not fully understand what happened. So why air the programme about Brand? I am not questioning the veracity of the accusers. I do not know what happened. I am pointing out the conflict of interest and the incomplete investigation. Channel 4 found no evidence to suggest the alleged incidents were brought to the attention of them. This apparently is a reference to management, not to the employees or producers who allegedly knew of or enabled the behaviour. Channel 4 will be asking the production company, who produced the programmes for them, to investigate these allegations and report their findings properly and satisfactorily to them. Fully investigating the allegations should have been the first step. A promise to do so, after airing the piece about Brand, is suspect. How long will this investigation take? Will the results be publicised in the same fashion? Big Brother's Big Mouth was produced for Channel 4 by Endemol, an affiliate of Banijay UK. The producers today announced an urgent investigation of Brand. Didn't Channel 4 contact its own producer when it was investigating this story? As Melcher notes, conducting a thorough investigation into the allegations should have been the initial course of action. The promise to investigate after the documentary has already aired raises concerns. Proceeding to air the piece without a full inquiry compromises Brand's public image. If subsequent investigations exonerate Brand, will the results receive the same level of public attention? It's also worth noting that the report suggested Brand's actions were common knowledge within the industry. However, during Piers Morgan's show on Talk TV, it was stated that industry insiders and those close to Brand had no prior knowledge or had never heard any rumours.
I was shocked when I read this, because I've heard lots of rumours about lots of people over the years, but actually most of it has turned out to be nonsense.
Yeah, this is why it jars so much with me, because I've been in the comedy world since 2014, and then in 2015 I was very involved in a political campaign that Russell Brand was leading, and he was helping women keep their social homes. And
you never heard any rumours?
Nobody said to me, oh, be careful around Russell Brand. I drove a van that had the truths on the side, it advertised his cafe. He was doing a lot of good work, so I got to know him as an activist and a good man. I'm not going to automatically believe anonymous people coming forward, especially having been in the entertainment industry my whole life and knowing how manipulative and narcissistic some people in this industry can be.
Additionally, several women have come forward to attest that Brand has always treated them respectfully. including instances when they declined his advances.
He never did anything like that with me. Everything was more than consensual, I promise.
Yeah, so he was fine with me. He was really polite and I felt safe with him, so...
And when you said you didn't want to go any further, how was he then?
He was fine. There was no problem at all. Everything that happened was consensual.
This doesn't prove that the claims put forward against him are true or false, but it does appear worth mentioning. Many will already perceive Brand's reputation as tarnished due to these events. Personally, I advocate for a change in the law that prohibits journalists and broadcasters from publicising the names of individuals involved in accusations until due legal process has been carried out and guilt established. While the 4 accusers in this case remain shielded by anonymity, Brand's name and image have dominated headlines and news segments for days. Should the allegations later be disproven, the accusers will likely remain anonymous, whereas the damage to Russell Brand's reputation will be lasting in the minds of many. Without making judgment on what is true or not, this case has not been adjudicated in a court of law. As such, Russell Brand retains the presumption of innocence. The current actions against him, including demonetization, deplatforming, and public censure, are deeply troubling. Piers Morgan put it well when he said,
Well, these are obviously horrifying claims, and if they're all true, then Brand will deserve every punishment meted out to him. But at this stage, they remain claims, and Russell Brand has vehemently denied them. Whatever you think of him, he's entitled to due process, every bit as much as his accusers deserve to be taken seriously.
I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below, and hopefully we can start an honest and open discourse on the topic. Thank you.